I've been thinking. So many people distrust experts, and so few people realize they're an expert in their own right. Worse, the context by which they distrust the experts matters. For example, during the pandemic, people distrusted the epidemiologists and the doctors. That is, right up until they were hospitalized and they needed the doctors to save their lives. Or if they're in a car accident and need the doctors to repair them. Or if they have some kind of medical problem that they need to be fixed by doctors. In those circumstances, suddenly they trust everything the doctors have to say. They might get a second or third opinion, but they generally trust them overall. In the education environment, parents are charging school boards all over the country, distrusting what teachers are teaching, even distrusting what's happening in the classroom to the point of accusing them of indoctrinating their children to liberal belief systems. And maybe this is an indictment on the education system, but they came from that same system. Full disclosure, I'm an educator myself. And what I can tell you with certainty is, I nor any of my colleagues indoctrinate any students in our classrooms. If anything, we get frustrated because they don't think through problems. We are trying to teach students to think critically about problems they face, to evaluate information more effectively and efficiently than they did before they came to us, to look at sources and evaluate the validity of the information they're acquiring. And it's really no different than any field that anybody is in. Consider sales, for example. The default assumption about salespeople is often that they're lying to you. But is that true? Do salespeople by default start from the position of lying to you? Obviously, there are always going to be outliers and counterexamples, but in general, whoever's trying to sell you something probably knows more about their product than you do, than I do, than most other people do. They've encountered situations similar to yours or different than yours that can be applied in your situation, or at least reasoned through in that same circumstance or something very similar. The same is true of mechanics who know more about your car than you probably do. I know quite a bit about mechanics and can fix my own car, but I have to trust the mechanic whenever he tells me that something is wrong that I can't fix. That doesn't mean I won't go and get a second opinion if I don't trust the mechanic, and I've done so. But oftentimes I find that I'm simply wrong. I'm not an expert mechanic. Other fields are exactly the same. Pest control, electrical work, remodeling, everything. It's easy to be taken advantage of by people who are doing a job that we don't understand, that we're not experts ourselves within. But it's not logical to villainize an entire field simply because we don't have a proper understanding and background in that field. Our parents have forgotten what they taught us, that not everything they see on TV is real. And we've forgotten everything that we taught our children, that not everything you read on the internet is real. Sorry, I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to make a part 2. Hate to do that to you. Always be improving.